G'day everyone, it's SDS SuperCoach, providing SuperCoach content for you. I'm here to present my round 23 review. And it was a good week. It didn't feel like a good week, but a few things went wrong for me this week, but we are going up in the ranks, so that's the main thing. So we scored 2,550, and our season rank now is 753rd. I'd be very surprised if I didn't get outside the top 1K now, unless there are some really bad injuries happening to my players. But look, been very happy with this season. Now, on Friday, I did meet up for the KFC SuperCoach live event on the Friday night at Crown at the pub. And it was good to meet everyone. Met a few people before, but good to meet everyone there. DR, Spills, Brent, Janeth, they're all been a part of the Sword Play podcast. There was also a few others, the Centre Bounce boys, and a few other people. So it was great to meet them as well. We all talk SuperCoach and all that sort of stuff. JP as well. Look, there were, I think, about 15 of us all in all. I can't quite remember everyone off the top of their head, but it was great to meet them all. Good fun. Really enjoyed meeting everyone. And also Causa was there as well. Absolute legend. So yeah, no, good fun. Really enjoyed it. Good to catch up with everyone as the season really comes to a close. Really, one more week to go. It's a bit sad. Let me know in the comments down below whether you think this season has gone quick or slow. I say it's gone quick, but at the same time, it felt like ages ago since round one. I mean, it does take up about a SuperCoach season does take up about half a year, and then you think about the preseason as well. So realistically, we're spending about 9 months on content for SuperCoach, and really that September to November gap. It's basically a 3-month break for everyone. So look, not for me. I'm going to be making content in the off season with SuperCoach with DR and a couple of other guys about SuperCoach NBL. Which is launching this season, and I will be playing that. If you guys are interested in NBL content, I will be playing that. So hope you guys are keen into that. So I'm going to be playing a bit of that. And yeah, look, one more week to go. It's pretty sad. There really isn't much to talk about, guys. So I'll keep this as quick as I can. Now, look, James Sicily, 83. Probably one of his worst games in quite some time, because he was on Jake Melksham for quite a bit in the first half, and he was getting destroyed by Melksham there. Disappointed with the Hawks, but it was good to see us get a couple of wins. And we're playing some pretty good footy, so very excited about what the future holds for us. Tom Stewart, 128. I was watching mainly the Adelaide-Sydney game, and yeah, Tom Stewart, I mean, St Kilda do like a lot of points to defenders, so it doesn't surprise me. I was very tempted with a Tom Stewart vice-captain, but for some reason I went Rory-Laird. I'll talk about that. Actually, I'll talk about it now. So look, I was thinking of Marshall or Laird as the vice captain, but I said, you know what? Like, we don't have much data when it comes to Shannon Neal being the solo ruck. He might actually be quite restrictive, that sort of thing. But I really overthought it. I thought Sydney do leak a lot of points inside the midfield, which they do, but should have just kept it simple. I think my problem over the past few weeks has been that I've tried to be a bit too cute. I know Luke Jackson's been a good pickup, but I really should have gone with Butters. I've lost roughly about 20 points or so. I guess it really isn't much, but Butters has a really good matchup this week going up against Richmond. More highly owned. Jackson's actually going up against a pretty restrictive Reeves. So look, if I had my time again, I would have gone Zach Butters, but it hasn't really killed me. Like 20 points, big deal. Jack Sinclair, really good. So he's been really good. He started off slow, but he's really picked it up. And well done to St Kilda on making finals as well. Will Day, 118. He was on 114 at 3/4 time, but then I believe he had some bad cramps, so he did sit out for the remainder of that game against Melbourne. So hopefully he's all good, because there is one bloke in particular I don't want to be fielding, and I will get into that very controversial decision all in all. Harry Sheezel's really picked it up, so this is great to see. I know quite a few people own him, but look at that. Like 2, 4, 6, 5 of his last 6 games have been over 100. Yeah, no, it's really good. So they are still looking to feed Sheasel the ball, and I'm very happy with that. Very happy with Will Day as well. Both these guys have been good holds. Harry Himmelberg, his best score of the season. This was what we wanted to see. Look, he got this score with a pretty uninspired Essendon outfit on the Saturday twilight, but it was good to see him finally earn us a really nice score. So I'm very happy with Harry Himmelberg there. Bontempelli. So I vice captain Laird. Should have been Marshall, and then I decided to captain English over Bont. I'm not too angry about that because I'm more disappointed about that. I should have vice captained Rowan Marshall just because it just seemed more logical to vice captain Marshall, but I got a bit too cute there. So Bont 162. Look, very disappointing result for the Dogs, and but he didn't let the Dogs down. He delivered a really nice score. Probably my first week in quite some time where I sort of botched the captain a bit. So been very happy mainly with my captain scores this season, bar a few of them. Feel like this week it was the first time in a while where I really botched that. Petrarca was actually going pretty slow, but he did end the game very well for the D's and kicked a goal late. And he's just super consistent. It's hard to, for any non-owners, it's hard not to have him just because of how consistent he is. He's only had, he's only since round 2, he's only had one score below 100. So he's been a really fun own to have. I've had him since the GWS game, to my knowledge. Yep. So I've had him for quite some time. It's a very happy own, Christian Petrarca. Zach Merritt, he's going to be an interesting one if people are going to consider starting him next year. I just personally reckon he just gets tagged too much, and it's just really tough. I've had him since the Richmond game, I believe. Might have been the Brisbane game. No, it's the Richmond game, and he's just been really good bar this Geelong game. So I wouldn't mind starting him, but at the same time, he's really the main bloke for Essendon to be tagged just because his level's above anyone else on that list. So I really love Zach Merritt, but it'll be interesting to see if I want to start him. Brayshaw's been a great pickup for me this year. Been extremely pleased with his season. Could be a nice little starting pick, but we'll give it some more thought when the time comes. Rory Laird, vice captain. Yeah, he was pretty solid. Jordan Dawson, 118, as solid as you get. Lachie Neale, 97. He's really slowing down now. This is probably the last season that I'm probably going to have him in my SuperCoach team, just because he's really starting to get up there in age now, and it's just going to be hard to justify it. He'll be 31 next year. So I just find it too hard to justify. I was big on the Tim Taranto starting pick train, but I've sort of tapered off a bit just due to how bad his form has been after the bye. And I don't want this. It's bad, but it's just gotten to a point where it's just far too inconsistent. So probably not a bloke I'm going to be looking to start next year in my book. Maybe a bloke we can pick up a bit later on, but just this second half form's been really poor. Liberate, unfortunately for me, that was a bit disappointing, but hopefully we should get him back this week for the final week. It's just more disappointing that he missed the West Coast game where I think he could have scored really well, but it's not the end of the world, but it really did hurt considering I had to field keys this week. Tim English, 118. Look, he was on about 70 a three-quarter time, so I'm pretty happy with the recovery from English. Nearly a 50-point last quarter, so it's not a bad captain score, so I'll take that. It's just quite a few others got better captain scores than me this week. Rowan Marshall, 141, the bloke I should have vice captain, but I was being too cute. But 141, going up against an inexperienced ruck is a great result. Errol Goulden scored a 109. Look, he's just been a fantastic pick. We saw that in the preseason game up against Carlton, where he just looked incredible and he really carried that preseason form. So he just had a fantastic preseason, and look, he's turned into a really good starting pick, and I'd love to get him at some point next year as well as a pure mid. Luke Jackson, 123, was pretty good. Probably isn't exactly taking advantage of some really good matchups with the West Coast and Port Adelaide matchup, but that's perfectly fine. I would have preferred Butters, but look, it's not the end of the world. He hasn't been bad. Connor Rosie's worst score of the season now. I have been really happy with this bloke. This is his worst score of the year. everyone has him, so it's not that big of a deal. His first score below 80 this season. So look, Connor Rosie's been great for us this year. I'm not going to complain. Josh Dunkley, ever since that calf injury, I mean, he had a couple of really good scores here with Geelong and Gold Coast, but he's really slowing up. So he's just bringing down his average. So I think the way he's going, he should be under 650K. So he's a bloke I'm really considering starting next year, even just as a pure mid. Darcy Cameron, look, he was going super well. He was on like 72 points at halftime. And then and then Mason Cox came on and just really took most of his ruck minutes. So, hey, what can you do? Like, he was on track for a 130 plus score, but really slowed up just due to Cox spending more time in the ruck and him being the sub. Ben Keys, now I watched George's video, so I won't go into too much into detail. I feel for all the Adelaide Crows supporters out there because you have been robbed of your first finals berth in God knows how long. So, and it's just really pissed off that Ben Keys was the bloke having the shot at goal. Could have gotten a 60 score out of him, but only got me a 36. The roll's bad. Hopefully no one is injured this week. Hopefully we get Libba back this week because I do not want to be fielding Ben Keys for another week, especially in grand final week in my finals. Then Marriage got a 59. Well done on West Coast on winning there. They've been under a lot of scrutiny, so it's good to see them get a win. So let's head into leagues, and look, we'll probably leave it there. I think we'll do a live stream with Brad for just one more time, just because, yeah, look, it's the final round of the SuperCoach AFL season. So, look, it's really exciting. I'm pretty happy with my year, but yeah, we'll do it for one more week. Just talk about our season review and all that sort of thing. All right, so in my Sportsmania Mates League, so this is really my Mates League. I'm going up against, pardon me, going up against Jono in the grand final. I know my mate Lockie, who's had a terrific season, is out, and he is pretty disappointed about that, mate. Really stiff, mate. But look, we're playing Jono in the grand final. So, look, for everyone here, may the best team win. 6 out of my 6 league grand finals this week, and I'm out of 4 of the other leagues. So, look, the 4 leagues I'm out of is SDS Times Pro League. So Stuart Smith fits Ryan. Shout out to Ryan. He's in our league and he's ranked 107th, 109th, something like that. So really good season by Ryan. Well done, mate. Far too good for me. And then the SDS SuperCoach League, shout out to Riley. Bit stiff there, mate. Thank you for joining the league as well there. Now, this is why I'm pissed off about with like Ben Keys not getting scaled up or anything, or me picking the wrong vice captain. The money league, I really wanted to win this money league. But shout out to Ned. He beat me by 4 points, the little bastard. I did. No, he's not little. I'm sure you're not. Well done, Ned. Best of luck to you in the grand final. And then Anthony, I got over Anthony by 3 points. But if I had to pick a league to win, it would be the money league. So a bit flat about that, but that's all right. We're in 6 out of 10 league grand finals, going up against Jono in my mates league. Let's talk Hawthorn. I'm going up against Kyle. The SDS SuperCoach League, where I'm looking to go back to back in my own league. I'm going up against Stevens, another Stevens. So best of luck to you, mate. May the best team win there. Going up against David in the break evens grand final, and going up against Neville in the Damo SuperCoach 3 grand final. So best of luck to you. And also in Shorty SuperCoach League. So I know he takes he does delve into his leagues and all that. So best of luck to you, Daniel, for that grand final there as well, mate. And I'm out of a couple of leagues, I think. Guess we can have a look at the losses here as well. Yeah, lost there. Spills, I got knocked out. I got knocked down straight sets by Todd, and he's going through the grand final. So best of luck to Todd there. And then the SuperCoach with DR regulars, I lost to Janeth. Well done, Janeth. Far too good. Great to see you on Friday night. You're an absolute legend, mate. So, look, hey, there we go. 6 out of 10 league grand finals. Hopefully we can win most of them, or as many as we can. Best of luck to all my opponents. And also I will check, because I believe Brad's out of this league as well. I think he lost in the prelim as well to Grace's Secret. Best of luck to Ryan and Steve for the SDS Times Pro Grand Final. This is the league me and Brad created. Both of us got knocked down in the grand final, in the prelim final. So best of luck to Ryan and Steve. May the best team win there. So look, I'll leave it there, guys. Yeah, not too much more to report. I guess we can talk about vice captain and captains this week. This is probably going to be the last round review because I think next week I'm not really going to do a round review. It's going to be more of a season summary. I'm going to do a couple of videos next week as the season ends, but one's going to be like a massive thank you to everyone, and then also a season review. All in all, that's probably going to go for a fair bit. Look, vice captain and captain, early days, I'm thinking, because the two games I wanted to target was the Geelong game where they basically put the Q in the rack. They're resting Hawkins. They're resting Jeremy Cameron. I want to vice captain Tim English going up against that Shannon Neal Geelong ruck. And if he's scoring half all right, I might keep it. So, and I'm thinking the captain on Laird. I know that both those games are on a Saturday night, but if I can see that Tim English is scoring really well during the game, I'll keep the VC on him. And if it doesn't work, hey, we're just going to have to look for maybe a matchup here or somewhere. So, look, I'll give it a bit more thought, but that's what I'm thinking, guys. Not going to exactly reveal my vice captain and captain during the week just because of the grand finals. My opponents might be watching. So you'll find out what I do probably in the season summary. I'll quickly talk about my round 24 review in that, but there's not really too much to report. One more week to go, guys. Thank you guys very much for watching. Potentially the last round review of AFL SuperCoach 2023. I really appreciate all the support. There'll be more videos coming. Sorry about the lack of content. There's really not much to talk about at all. So, yeah, look, I'll see you guys in the next video. And cheers. Best of luck for grand final week for leagues. Cheers.